Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Buddham saranam gacchami. Dhammam saranam gacchami. Sangham saranam gacchami. Tutiyampi buddham saranam gacchami. Tutiyampi dhammam saranam gacchami. Tutiyampi sangham saranam gacchami. Tatiyampi buddham saranam gacchami. Hello to everyone, and thank you for inviting me for this interview. And I'm very glad today to answer your questions and being a part of this meaningful day. Moreover, I would like to wish all of you a happy full moon day. Today is Kasum full moon day, and I hope that it will be a great opportunity for all of us to meditate and to remind and remember about the good qualities of the Buddha, as today we celebrate the birth, enlightenment, and death of Gautama Buddha. My name is Martina, but everyone knows me as Gotami Yadanar, and I'm 23 years old and I come from Italy, and I am a university student. I am in the third final year of undergraduate course, and I'm attending Eastern Studies and Buddhism class. My family, as already some people know from some articles that are spreading online, I come from a Christian family, but I got close to Buddhism about 4 years ago. So my family is made by my mother, which is working as a nurse, and my grandmother, my uncle, and me. But I don't live with them as I'm studying in another city, and I'm attending a course that is not possible to attend in my hometown. So I come back to my family every 4 or 3 months. So the name Gotami Yadanar is actually a union of two names, because both names has a different story. So Gotami was given by one of the Sri Lankan monks that lived in the temple where I used to go in my hometown. So I told him, please give me a name, a Buddhist name, a Pali name. So he chose Gotami, and I accepted because Gotami was the first nun in a Buddhist history, so that's why I like it so much. And moreover, she's the stepmother of the Buddha, so she's the woman who take care of him. So that's why I appreciate this name so much. Yadana instead is the Myanmar pronunciation of Ratana, which is treasure. And it is a beautiful name with a beautiful meaning, and also an important name in Buddhism, because it makes part of the triple gem, the triple jewel, the triple treasure, the treasure of the Buddha Dhamma Sangha. So that is why I accept it. And I found it myself. Actually, no one gave me this name. It's just I like it. It has a very sweet pronunciation. So that is. So, the story of the dream is actually very interesting. I had very special dreams since I was very little, and I always regard it as a sign from my previous lives. I want to think so. And one of these dreams was little monks and tigers. I always dream these two elements, little monks, like of my age, because at that time I was 7 years old, and I dreamt like very little monks wearing orange robes, yeah. And then always these little monks with some little tigers. It was a dream that I really frequently had. But at that time, I didn't know much about Buddhism because I just, in Italy it's not that at that time, now it's a bit better, but at that time Buddhism was not so famous. And I had such a dream, and at that time I did not actually care much because even though I talk about that with my mom or anyone, they would say children imagination is very huge, is very wide, so I wouldn't talk about that with them because they did not pay attention about it. But now, seeing myself as a nun, as a Buddhist, I give a big value to that, and I want to think about that as a sign of the beginning of this journey.
လူတန်းပြုနိုင်ကြပါစေမိမိတို့ခန္ဓာဝန်ကိုနှလုံးစိတ်ဝမ်းအေးချမ်းစွာသာသနာတော်အတွက်ရွတ်ဆောင်နိုင်ကြပါစေဝိပဿနာတရားရှုမှတ်ပွားမဖို့နိဗ္ဗာန်တရားသူများမျက်မှောက်ပြုလွယ်ကြပါစေသာဓုသာဓုသာဓု
My very first contact with Buddhism was about now it's 4 years ago, and I'm so far until now I'm so grateful to this person, because the person who introduced me about Buddhism and about Buddhist temples was my science teacher. And so actually I had been interested in Buddhism for a long time, but I didn't know where to go, how to study, from whom to study Buddhism. Then I went through by chance, I went through my science teacher Facebook, and I saw that he attended the Dhamma school in my local temple, my local Sri Lankan temple, and he studied about Buddhism even though being old. And then I asked him some questions like, how did you know about this temple? Can I go? Is it easy to go? And he just told me, just go there, and they will be very happy to help Italian people to study Buddhism, because this temple was built by the local Sri Lankan community in my country, in my hometown to be precise. But anyway, they are always welcoming to Italian people to learn Buddhism. So I went to that temple, and let's say that it was a bit emotional, because I went to the Sri Lankan temple for the first time in this time, 4 years ago, on May of 4 years ago, and I attended the Vesak Day, the Kasam Full Moon Day, the first time. And this was the first time that I went to a temple. And after this time I'm a nun. So this is something very special for me, and very, let me feel very happy and very peaceful. So through them, it means through the monks and through the Dhamma school teachers, I started studying about Buddhism, and I had people to talk about that, because when we don't have a master, when we don't have a teacher, we can learn only through the books, but we don't have someone to interact, we don't have someone to contact, we don't have someone to exchange opinions. So through the temple, through the Buddhist devotees there, I started learning Buddhism. And after that, I moved. I changed my study, my way of studying to other traditions. Just learning about also Thailand Buddhism, Myanmar Buddhism, and so I'm here. My family is actually okay about studying Buddhism. Moreover, this is my personal matter. I study what I like. So I don't have to, I think that as a person who wants to know more about the world, and I'm already an adult, I'm 23 years old. So I study what I think is suitable for me. I study what is good for me and what is good for others. Even though maybe others may not understand what I study, or they may think it's not good, if I know that it's good, then that's enough. Because studying Buddhism is something that is beneficial for everyone. Even though others may not know that it is beneficial for them. But it actually is. I'm doing good also for my family as well. Even though from their perspective, they may not understand that. But studying Buddhism, becoming a nun, is also a huge merit for them. So even though they may not understand, I am doing good and I'm trying to help them to live peacefully and happily in my way. I don't know actually how to say, but I just like wearing that and I feel comfortable because it is beautiful and it covers the body very decently, and it makes me feel so cute because there are so many designs and the colors are so bright, and it's actually also a kind of dress that is well accepted even in the West as well, because some other countries' costumes may be very different, and it may clash a little with the eyes of the people. But the Myanmar dress is done by just two pieces, like a blouse and a skirt. And many actually Thailand people, when they see that, they don't think something negatively. They think I'm wearing an elegant dress, maybe going for some party or some ceremony, some celebration. So it is a beautiful dress that is very decent, very polite, and it's also beautiful and well accepted where I am. That's why I like to wear that. It's, in my opinion, it's even more comfortable, more easy to wear instead of a skirt, because sometimes with a short skirt we have to be careful how we walk and may show some part of the body, and I feel more comfortable to cover myself, but at the same time being graceful. It is my first time in Myanmar, and the reason why I want to come is, I think, very obvious, because just the second day that I arrived to Myanmar, I became a nun. So actually my first aim was to come to Myanmar, become a nun, and doing missionary work as a nun, as a Buddhist, because it is what I have been doing for more than 1 year in social medias. Actually, now many people came to know about me, but actually since a very long time, I have been doing live streamings, writing articles, etc. about Buddhism and about propagation of Buddhism. So what I wanted to do is just to come here and doing the works that I've been doing for long as a nun. So I became a nun on May 8th of this year, 2022. And I chose this day because 8 is my lucky number. It is always, always present in my number phone, and I was born in January 8th. And the number 8 makes me remember about the red color, which is also my lucky color. And that's why I wanted to ordain on May 8th. And so When I shaved my hair, I did not feel anything special because, as we know actually from the teaching of the Buddha, the hair is only one of the, the ugly parts of the body. The hair is actually just a dead stuff that grows on our hair, on our head. It is us that, due to society values, we give value to something that is actually worthless. That is, it doesn't have any value at all. So what I can feel when I remove something like ugly on my hair and on my head is happiness, because I feel free. Because especially as a girl in the society, people put a lot of importance on that. But for me, it's just one of the many parts of the body that we have to, that we shouldn't be attached to. I will stay as a nun for 3 weeks, or maybe even more, just waiting. I will just withdraw a few days before I go back to Italy. I'm still thinking about that because I like this life and I want to stay like this as long as possible. I will stay in Myanmar for about 1 month, and it's already the first week here, and I will stay as a nun for about 3 weeks or 3.5 weeks. So thanks to my master who gave me the name as Sadha Muni, and I really like it because I think it's a very unique, because it's not very common as a nun, and I like the meaning because it's made of 2 parts: Sadha, which is faith, and Muni is the wise one. And so it means actually together is the one who has faith, the one who knows the faith, the one who is wise about the faith. I think who have studied the Buddhist teachings and the words of the Buddha will feel a kind of freedom feeling, because once you understand what are the problems of the life, and through the Buddhist teachings you understand how you can face this, because actually the Buddha gave advice about any kind of pain, any kind of suffering, any kind of attachment that we suffer in our life. When you know the way to get rid of it, and you know that you can save yourself, actually, what you feel is happiness. Actually, more than happiness is peace, and you feel strong and you feel free. So when I study myself and I practice myself the Buddhist teaching, I find hope in my life, because I know that whatever problem I have, I can read about what the Buddha said about the related problems and what I should do. So I feel happy because the Buddha gives you advices how to face yourself the problem, how to save yourself, and how to face the problems of the life wisely. So I'm not afraid of problems, because I know that if I go through the suttas, if I go through the teachings, I can find the solution of any problem. my future goal and the most important one is to finish my studies and find a job and helping my mom, because she's a single mother. She does not have husband now because my parents divorced. So it's a very important thing to do, is to take care of her. As actually it's also say in Mahamangala Sutta, yeah, one of the greatest blessings is to be taken care of our parents. After I take care of my mom, then I would like to become a nun again, but hopefully this time it will be permanent. But before leaving her, I want to see her with everything settled down, everything completed, everything rich and healthy. I define life as a moment between the birth and death. Life is just simply the present moment in which we are. We are in this place, we are in this time, we are in these conditions, in this environment due to our karma, and we just find ourselves here without, and it shouldn't be something that we should think too much about it. We are here, and the only thing that we should think about in life is to do as much as good as possible, as good deeds as possible, and being helpful to others. Actually, I feel about myself that I have compassion to everyone, because I feel sorry for everyone, because we are here in this life. Actually, life is very tough, and we are still in the circle of rebirth. So I feel sorry for everyone. I feel compassion, because we all have problems. We all have some difficulties. And what I want to do is to understand others' problems and being helpful in their life. That's what I want to do in my life, and how I define it.
Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Smile. So if we ask to anyone what peace is, being peaceful is being free. Just imagine someone who lives in a prison. He's not happy, he is not peaceful, because he does not have freedom. At the same time, there are many people in this world that are not living in prison, but they are prisoners actually. They are locked in somewhere, and they are prisoner. They are slaves of their attachments, of their desires, of their bonds, of their defilements. So what I think that peace is to be free from all of this. When we have freedom, we have happiness. When we have freedom, we have peace. So this is how I'm trying to do in this life. I'm trying to, because I'm not saying that I'm free of attachment or free of bonds. I still have a lot of unwholesome feelings, a lot of unwholesome bonds, thoughts, and I think that it's very common for everyone, because we are all trying to get rid of this and being free through the Buddha's teaching. So I hope that when I get older, or when I get mature, I can reach this kind of peace in my life, being free as much as possible from any kind of unwholesomeness in my life. So I have a few words that I would like to say to the Buddhist people in Myanmar, and it is to take care and take your culture, your Buddhist culture, as a treasure. Because as someone who was not born in a Buddhist country, I feel that Myanmar people are very lucky, because they have the possibility to get easily connected with Buddhism, and they can learn Buddhism very much easily, much more easily than me or whoever is not born in a Buddhist country. So I hope all the Myanmar Buddhist people to understand the value of the environment, the value of the religion they are born with, and of course I hope also to all the Buddhist and non-Buddhist people in Myanmar to be happy and to be healthy and wealthy.